All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to Up and Moving. My name is Jenna. I'll be leading your workout today. If you're new here, Up and Moving was started by the graduate students in the Kinesiology and Integrative Physiology department at Michigan Tech. And we're offering free virtual at-home workouts that you can do. So you don't really need any equipment ever. If you do, we can modify it to things that you have at home. We'll get started in a minute here. Just for today, again, you don't need anything, but if you have some little dumbbells, that's great. I just use cans over there if you want. I always keep a chair around in case there's any stability that I might need some help with. And then at the end, we'll do a little bit of core work. So if you have some space on the ground, like carpet, or I have a yoga mat, that would be great. Water's always a nice thing to have. And then, yeah, we'll get started here in 1 minute. All right, so we'll start with a warm up. We'll do 2 sets of 2 different exercises, upper and lower body. Then we'll do some core work, a little cool down, and we can get out of here and get on with this nice Saturday spring day. If you're joining us from the UP, it's going to get into the 60s today, so we're happy about that. And looks like most of us are ready. So we're just going to start walking, marching in place. So getting those knees up a little bit. Once you feel like you're warm enough, maybe driving them a little bit higher, but ease into it. Just start with a nice march, get those knees up to 90 degrees. And as your body is waking up, a little bit higher. If you have some space, you can walk around your room in a circle. You can walk forward and backward, or you can just stand where you're at. Get those arms moving a little bit too. Good, and then we'll transition into butt kicks. So same thing, we're just standing, just walking, and you're just reaching. You don't actually need to kick your butt if you can't get your feet up that high. You can put your hands down here and touch your heels to your hands. Good, a few more seconds of that. Good, shake out your legs a little bit. We got one more that we're gonna do, moving our lower body. So if you have a little bit of space, this one is nice. So you might need to rotate where you are in your room. You're just gonna start in a nice little knee bend, and we're just gonna do some lateral walks. So as you can see, I can get about 3 steps either way. That's all you need. Just moving those legs in a different direction. Nice little short choppy steps. Step and then bring the feet together. And good. All right, we're gonna start with your right arm, and we're gonna do 3 big arm circles going forward. If you have any shoulder problems and can't come all the way over the top, just make it as big as you can. Once you've done 3 forward, you can go right into 3 backward with the same arm. Nice and big and slow. And then once you've done that, you can switch arms. Again, 3 nice big circles forward, and then 3 backward. Good, hopefully those woke your shoulders up a little bit here. We got one more upper body. So you're gonna start with one arm out to the side, keep it parallel with your shoulder. You're gonna take this other arm and reach, and just tap as far away from your arm as you can. Let's do 5 on each side. Once you've done 5, you can switch this arm out, just a nice reach. Wake this shoulder up in a different direction. Good. You can shake out any body parts that you need to, grab a little stretch, grab some water. We'll get started in about 20 seconds here. The first exercise that we're gonna do, you might want some light weights. So if you have those, you can go ahead and grab those. It's gonna be an upper body exercise. All right, so like I said before, we're gonna do 2 sets of 2 different exercises, upper and lower body, 1 of each. And then we're gonna do some core work at the end. So if you just joined us, I have a yoga mat down here. Otherwise, just some nice space on the floor is all you need. Okay, it looks like we are ready. So the first exercise that we're gonna do, just a basic dumbbell curl. Then you're gonna turn your palms facing forward and press. And then you come back down, turn those palms and back down. So that going all the way up and coming down is 1. Let's try to do 8 of those. So if you don't have weight, just do the same motion without weight. Otherwise, again, palms facing forward to a curl, turn those wrists so your palms are facing forward again, and press straight up to the sky. Good. So we're gonna shoot for 8 of those. You can do it at your own pace. Try to move them in a nice controlled motion, especially on your way down with any of these. Don't let gravity just pull your arms down. Really control that movement. If you get partway through and this is a little tiring, you need a break, just stop for a second. Maybe you set your weights down and then you can jump back into it. And once you've done 8, you can set your weights down. I don't think you need them for the next exercise, which is a lower body exercise. Nicely done. It looks like we're almost all ready. I'll give you a few more seconds. All right, this next exercise, lower body exercise, I'm gonna show you from the front view and from the side view. So if you can't really see it from the front, don't worry, I'll show you from the side next. So you're gonna start standing nice and upright. Feet are kind of close together, shoulder width, maybe even a little less to start. You have a slight bend in your knee. You're gonna balance on one foot, and you're just gonna reach, tap, come back together. Reach, tap, come back together. So from the side, I'm here, standing upright, slight bend. So as you can see, I'm not way down in a squat position. And you balance on one foot, reach, tap, come back in. So when you're doing this, really try to make sure this foot that you're standing on is staying, your knee is staying in line with everything. You don't want it going out or coming in. Really focus on that knee control. If you need to hold on to something for balance, just make sure you're staying here. That's what we're doing. So let's try to do 6 on each side. So again, stand upright, slight bend in the knee, feet are kind of close together. Really control this leg, keep it nice and stable. Step out, tap, and back in. If you can only go this far, that's okay. Whatever is comfortable for your body. We're doing 6 on each side whenever you're ready. Try to keep this slight bend in this knee. And then whenever you're ready, you can switch legs. Again, same thing. Really try to keep everything nice and stable. Just reach as far as is comfortable. You can go farther on one side than the other leg, that's okay. And good. When you're done, you can walk it out, you can grab some water. We'll wait for everyone. And then we're going back into those curls to the press. So if you had weights last time and you want to grab them again, you can do that. We'll get started in a few seconds here. All right, my crew on Zoom looks like they're ready, so we'll assume everyone else is ready. And again, we start here with our weights down at our sides. Nice dumbbell curl, face those palms forward, and to a shoulder press. Back down, follow the same motion. And again, shooting for 8 of these. So whenever you're ready, go ahead. And we're going nice and controlled, especially on the way down. Really force yourself to work against gravity, nice and slow. Give your body a little bit of a challenge this morning. Take a peek every once in a while at your arms. Make sure they're moving at the same time. Don't let one leg behind. And once you've done 8, again, you can set your weights down. Grab a chair if you need to for stability if you grabbed it last time. If you don't have a chair, you can use the wall, countertop, anything you've got around you. All right, and then remember, find your space on the ground. You have a little bit of room to reach your leg out laterally. Again, starting with our feet kind of close together, little bend in the knee, staying nice and balanced on this one. Nice leg control, especially in our knee. Reach out, touch the toe, back in. Again, if you can only step out this far, as long as you're feeling it in this leg, that's okay. Don't overdo it. And we're shooting for 6 on each side. Once you've done your first leg, feel free to jump right into the next leg. Nicely done, everyone. And that does complete our first set of exercises. So if you want to grab water, we'll take a few seconds here before we get into the next ones. I will say for our first exercise, we're back into an upper body exercise. So if you have weights and want to use them, this is one that you might want some smaller weights. Okay, looks like we're all kind of getting back to our areas. So I'll show you this first one and then we'll get started. So we're gonna do a bent over row. Again, I'll show you from the front and from the side so you can see what I'm talking about if you can't see it from one view. So you start, again, standing in a nice upright position, tiny bend at the knees. You're gonna hinge at the hips, make sure you're keeping your back nice and flat. Weights are down in front of you, and just like you're rowing a boat, pull them kind of into your armpits, push those elbows back. So this is from the front, from the side, same thing. Slight bend in the knee, hinging at the hips. See my back is flat, it's not arched, nice and flat. Have my weights down here, and I'm rowing the boat, okay? Pull those in towards your armpits, drop them back down. We're gonna shoot for 8 to 10 of these. If you can get 8 and that's enough, you stop there. If you can get 10, go for 10. All right, whenever you're ready, go ahead. Again, just like the last one, really make sure on the way down, maybe you even need to count to 3, nice and slow. Good, really pinch those shoulder blades together and then release them on the way down. Nice job. You can shake those arms out, stretch your back out a little bit. Then we are going into a lower body exercise. This one doesn't require weight, but if you want to hold weight on this one, it's one that it's pretty easy to hold weight. So whether you want to hold some dumbbells, nice big textbook that you're done using this semester, something like that, something that you want to hold in front of you. All right, looks like we are all back to where we need to be. So we're just gonna do a nice standard squat, as deep as you wanna go. So if you can only go halfway, that's okay. If you wanna get weight onto the ground, even better. But this time, we're gonna do a 5-second count on the way down. So you're gonna go down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you explode up. So from the side, you're going down nice and slow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and explode up. So if you can only go down quarter way or halfway, you need to move even slower. So when you get to 5 seconds, you're only as far as you need to go, and then just back up. If you're trying to get all the way down to the ground, you move a little bit quicker. I'll count, we're gonna do 6 of these. So everyone kind of choose where they wanna be. If you have a weight, grab a weight. We'll get started in 3, 2, 1, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. One more, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up. Nice job. If you found that was too easy or too hard, make sure you either add weight, drop the weight if you had it, maybe go down further or not as far next time, because we are going to do it again. But we are back to those bent over rows, so if you need to grab weights, go ahead and grab those. We'll get started pretty soon. Try to keep us moving. Make sure we're sweating by the end of this if you're not already. All right, so again, standing nice and upright, slight bend in the knee, hinging at the hips, keeping that back straight. Arms straight down in front of you with those weights. And then you're gonna pull them in, really pinch those shoulder blades, nice and controlled on the way down. Shooting for 8. Whenever you're ready, go ahead. If you can do 10, remember you can go to 10 today. Good, and when you're done, you can either set your weights down, keep them if you want them for the squats. Once we have everyone ready, we'll get started. Okay, we will get started in those squats, and I'll count again in 3, 2, 1, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and up, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. Last one, down, 2, 3, 4, 5, and explode up. Nice job. Shake out those legs, walk it out for a few seconds. That was our second time going through those second set of exercises, so we're done with the upper and lower body. Now we just have some core work to do. So if you need to grab a yoga mat, find a different area of your house on the ground, go ahead and do that. We'll get started in like 30 seconds. Feel free to grab water as well. All right, to get my timer ready. All right, the first one that we're gonna do, you're gonna be on your back. Actually, I believe both of them. Both of them that we're doing today are gonna be on your back, so you can find a nice spot on the ground on your back. So I will show you, and then we'll do this for 30 seconds, so no need to start right away. So you're gonna have legs up at a 90-degree angle, and you can have your hands kind of under your butt on your side. Just make sure you're trying to keep your back relatively flat on the ground. So you start with your legs at a 90-degree angle, keep those feet together. You're gonna push them out till they're parallel with the ground, but not touching. So nice and close, but not touching, and back in. So you're just gonna do this in a nice controlled motion. Keep those feet together. Everyone kind of has their spot on the ground. We'll get started in about 10 seconds. And we'll go for 30. If you can't do 30, take a break, jump back in. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go. So again, try to keep those feet nice and close together. Bring them to 90, bring them out nice and slow. Once they get close to the ground, you bring them back in. If you can't get that close to the ground, just reach them straight out and bring them back in. And we're done in 3, 2, 1. Finish the one you're on. Good job. All right, and remember, you can just stay right on your back. All right, if you've been with me before, you might have seen this one. If not, it's a little combination of 2 exercises. So you start on your back, you do a leg lift, you come down nice and close to the ground, and you do 10 flutter kicks. Once you've done 10, go back up, come down, 10 flutter kicks. If you need to come down, touch your feet, take a little break, and then do your flutter kicks, that's a good way to make it a little bit easier if you need it. So again, we'll do this for 30 seconds. So we'll get started in about 10, so everyone can get back to their stations. Again, leg lift, come back down nice and close, 10 flutter kicks. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1. Go ahead. Once you've done 10, lift those legs up. Remember, you can keep your hands under your butt. And if you need to stop in between and then do your flutter kicks, that's okay. And 3, 2, 1. Good job, everyone. All right, those are the 2 ab exercises we're doing today. We'll go through them one more time. Give you a few seconds if you want to grab water. All right, you can find your spot on the ground again. And remember this first one that we're doing, legs up at 90 degrees. Keep those feet together as close as you can. If you just need to go straight out and back in, keeping them up here will be a little bit easier. If you're looking for a challenge, get them nice and close to the ground. And we'll get started in 3, 2, 1, go ahead. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, Good. One more exercise and then we've got a cool down. All right, we'll get started in about 10 seconds. Find your spot. Remember, we're doing leg lifts. Keep those feet together, 10 flutter kicks. And if that's too hard, leg lift, bring them down, take a break for a second, and then do flutter kicks. Take a break before you do a leg lift. So we're gonna start that for 30 seconds in 3, 2, 1, go ahead. Almost there. In 3, 2, 1, time. Awesome job, everyone. Take a breather, grab some water, and then we'll get into a little cool down. Cool down we'll kind of do from the ground, so you don't need to get up and run around anymore. All right, feel free, grab water for a second, let that heart rate start to drop. All right, we'll start nice and easy. We'll start with a nice butterfly stretch. So soles of your feet together, bring them in as close as is comfortable. If they need to stay out, that's okay. And then just a nice, gentle push on your knees if you need a little bit more of a stretch. Some of you won't need that. There's no need to get them flat on the ground if you aren't able to. As long as you're feeling a nice stretch, that's okay. We'll just hold it here. Try to sit upright, not leaning too far. You can lean a little if it gives you a stretch, but try to keep that back upright. Good. Focus on letting that breathing come down. Nice and slow. Get that heart rate down a little bit. All right. Then same thing. You can keep this one leg in. Put one leg straight out. Just a little reach. I can't really reach my toes without straining myself, so I just grab onto my shin. It's a nice little hold. And if you aren't aware, this week was the last week of classes for Michigan Tech students, so we do have a few up and moving alumni, I guess you could say, that have graduated and will not be joining us anymore. But good news for you, you can go ahead and switch legs. Good news for you is that this next week, we are gonna keep it going as planned, all the days that are normal, but make sure you keep an eye on our website. Eventually we will go throughout the summer, maybe a few less days, but we'll definitely keep this going throughout the summer. So thumbs up for that. I'll be here for a while longer. Love these Saturday morning workouts. But yes, definitely keep an eye, upandmoving.org. You'll see updates on there. We'll put it on Facebook as well when we have that. All right, let's get a little upper body stretch. Arm up, touching back behind our shoulder blades with the palm of your hand, maybe just your fingertips. Reach this arm up and give a little tug. You'll feel a little pull on the side of your arm, back of your arm. Don't need to pull too hard. We'll hold that there for a few seconds. All right, and we can switch arms. So again, arm up, fingertips, maybe part of your palm, however flexible you are, and then just a little pull with this other arm. And after we're done here, we will stop the recording, so you don't need to be on camera or anything, but if you have anything to say, if you wanna say hello. If you want to critique the workout, you can go ahead and do that. But we love talking to you after. That is the last cool down exercise, little stretch I have for you. So thank you for coming today. Don't forget, we have workouts again next week, Monday at 5 p.m. So check it out, and thank you. Have a good weekend. Enjoy the weather.